Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to another video. I was gonna do like a few videos before I did this one, but I decided to just make this one anyways, to just power through all the Incubus records. I've been pretty excited for this one. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. Morning View by Incubus, best record ever made. Every single song on here is top tier. This is leagues better than Science and Make Yourself in my opinion. A lot of people disagree. Well, not a lot of people, but some people put Make Yourself first. There is really only one song on here that I dislike, and even then it's still a good song. It's not my kind of thing. The album's called Morning View because they recorded this whole record in a Malibu house that they rented out. It's like kind of like a mansion on the beach. Morning View was the name of the street that the house was on. I always like this album cover. Like, it doesn't really have much going on, but it's just really tranquil and like peaceful, which is what the album, like the sound of the album is really going for. With this album also came the Morning View sessions, which I might do a video on, and that was pretty much a live concert they did in New York, I believe. One of my favorite live concerts of all time. I used to watch that shit on repeat. This was also, in my opinion, their last good album. I think everything they released after Morning View sounded like Maroon 5, to be honest. Even like kind of a knockoff Panic at the Disco a little bit. Like they went real, I don't even know, this just turned to shit. To kick it off with track 1, we have Nice to Know You. This was one of my favorite songs of all time for quite a while. It's just the coolest fucking guitar intro ever. I love it so much. Just that build up into it. The effects and like the DJ mixing that Kilmore brings into it are very prominent in this album. Because Incubus doesn't have a lead guitarist, I use that DJ as a lead guitar, and it really shows. Unlike other new metal bands, Incubus really incorporates their DJ a lot into their music, which I like. I love that note he hits in the chorus. It's such a weird note. To know you, goodbye. Nice to know you. The harmony in the background. I'm pretty sure Brandon does the harmony in the studio, but in the Morning View sessions and when they play it live, it's actually Mike doing the harmony. Next up, we got track number 2, which is Circles. This is one of the heaviest songs on here. Once again, the guitar riff is so dope. The rhythm guitar in this record is so amazing. It's one of my favorite showcases of rhythm guitar. Pretty much every track on this album. It's something about the chords that Mike uses and like the structure of the songs is just so like appealing. Circles is great. Not a complete favorite of mine. I don't think I really have this on my playlist and whatnot, but an awesome song. Especially live. Was it Rock Am Ring or something? They have a live concert, and I'll put it in the comments, but I believe it was in Germany or something like that. And they open with Circles, and it's fucking cool. We can add that song to the list of songs that share the same name that also come from Incubus. I forgot to do that in the last video, but we have Drive by the Cars, and I think that may have been it. Circles, Post Malone, Circles from Mac Miller. Probably more Circles, I'm sure. Alright, next up we got track number 3, which is Wish You Were Here. This was the biggest song off the album. I understand why. The guitar is amazing. Once again, Brandon's vocals are so awesome, especially at the end there, where he really belts it out. Fun fact is that the music video was actually banned for this because it showed the band jumping off a bridge into water, like running away from these fans chasing him. And apparently that resembled 9/11 too much, like the jumpers, because this came out in 2001, I think. This is a great song. I feel like it is slightly overrated though. I feel like every other song on this album is deserving to be like the biggest hit, but ended up being this one. Also, Wish You Were Here, Pink Floyd. It definitely has a real beachy kind of chilled out vibe to it, which is definitely what they were going for. Out of all the songs on here, Wish You Were Here is probably the most Morning View. I just don't like the lyrics. That was the one issue I had with it. Like, I dig my toes into the sand. I feel like the lyrics could have been a lot better in the track, but that's just me. Next up, we got track number 4, which is Just a Phase. This was a song I never really liked, but then after watching the Morning View sessions, the live performance they do of Just a Phase is so amazing and made me go back and listen to the song more. It was just at the beginning of the track, there's about like 2.5 minutes of just guitar as like a build-up intro. But the guitar is so beautiful. And then Brandon doing like harmonies in the background. It's really nice to listen to the point where I don't even care that it takes up like 2 minutes of the song. And then the song itself isn't bad, but I love the chorus. So it's got like verse, chorus, and then the first one, he just goes, it's just a phase, and like whispers it out, and then the second one he like belts it out, and it's so cool. The live performance of this is a lot better than the studio version in my opinion. Alright, next up we got track number 5, one of my favorite all-time songs, and that is 11 AM. This song is just amazing. Everything about it, the structure, the guitar in it is so simple, yet Mike makes it so intricate in a way. He does all these voicings on the chords that just make it sound so much more deep. I just realized I never actually learnt the proper way to play 11 AM. I just know the basic chords are like... It makes sense because, once again, there's no lead guitarist of the band, it's just Mike alone on the guitar. So he relies a lot on Dirk Lance on bass to fill out the gaps, and then the DJ Kilmore on the turntables to do like lead guitar. The lyrics in the song are amazing. Brandon's vocals are so good. Everything is just so well put together in this track. A perfect song in my opinion. The chorus is great as well. Like, then again, I always wanted to like cover that song, but I just can't match Brandon's vocal range. I can never get high enough for the chorus. Next up, we got track number 6, another one of my favorites, and this is Blood on the Ground. The guitar at the beginning of the song is great. The only thing I kind of dislike was the verses. My absolute favorite part of the song is this bit. There's like a bit of a bridge. It just keeps repeating this like line, and then everything cuts out and it's just turntable scratches, and then back to the chorus. I love when Incubus does that. Other bands, when they do that, it's usually pretty shit. Incubus does it so well. Yeah, the chorus is amazing. There's a lot of songs on here that you find really pushes the limits of Brandon's vocal range. They never sound bad, but there's this song and one later on in the album that sounds like he's really like breaking his voice, but it still sounds good. It just sounds like he's putting so much like emotion. Great song, great lyrics, very creative lyrics in my opinion. Next up, we've got track number 7, which is Mexico. Just a beautiful acoustic track. I believe it's got like cellos going on in the background. I think I want to say that. I don't know, I have to re-listen to the song. Morning View Sessions live performance is amazing as well. One of my favorite choruses of all time. It's so simple, yet it just works really well, and the song is meant to be simple. It's just acoustic guitar. The chords are amazing, by the way. If you're a more intermediate guitarist, I suggest you learn this song. It's got like really nice voicings on all the chords. It's just like... And when they played this live, they follow it up with Drive, which is always pretty cool. When they do Drive and Morning View Sessions, it starts off with just the acoustic guitar until that second pre-chorus where all the other instruments come in. I always love that. And next up, we got track number 8, which is Warning. This is my least favorite song on the album. This is the one I never really liked all that much. It's still not bad, but it was just a track that never really stood out to me at all. I don't really like the delivery of a lot of the lines in it. It sounds a bit sappy or something, I don't know. His vocals are still amazing in it. Also, I don't really like the music itself, like that kind of lead in the background, the ding, 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 ding. I don't know, it's not a song for me. Some people do love this song. It's got a good message to it. It's got a good music video too, I guess. That's all I really have to say for it. Next up, we got track number 9. Such a beautiful track. This is Echo, one of my favorite pieces of guitar music of all time. This was the one that I was saying in my other video that Stella reminds me of. It's a similar chord shapes and technique in the guitar. This This song really has everything going for it. The words, the delivery, the guitar. It's just a beautiful track. You find a lot of this album really taps into that kind of oriental side of the music. You kind of hear it first in this track with, after the first chorus, there's like a little guitar lick. Not played on guitar, sorry, I believe it's played on a mandolin. It definitely went for a real like chilled out Japanese kind of vibe. Even if you look at the disc, it's like this koi fish artwork, which Brandon has tattooed on his arm. If you've ever seen his arm, he's got like a red tattoo and it's like a koi fish and then some like Buddhist shit up here. I always sort of look like eczema. I actually got a koi fish tattoo quite a while ago now, and that was because I loved Incubus. A beautiful song. Like I said, one of my favorite pieces of guitar. Alright, next up we got track number 10, and that is Have You Ever. This was actually a song I forget about every time I think about this record, but when I listen to it, it's actually quite good. It's got this, it starts with a real heavy like bass lick. I don't know what it is, my brain always skips over this track when I think of the album. It's pretty underrated though, to be fair. I don't really hear anyone talk about it either, which is kind of also the reason I always forget about it. It just always seemed funny to me. The song's about like, you've never stepped in my shoes and that, but he's rich. He literally recorded a song in a mansion in Malibu. Maybe he wrote it about someone else's perspective, but like, I don't know, if it was coming from him, I always found it a bit like pretentious. Still, good song. I don't really have all that much to say for it, but it's better than Warning. That's pretty much it. Next up we got track number 11, one of the funkiest tracks ever, Are You In? One of my favorite songs. Me and my girlfriend listen to this all the time. Just it starts off with that kind of lead synth music that DJ Kilmore is putting up, and then the drums come in, and then the bass line comes in. It's one of my favorite bass lines. Just such a great track. Not a vocal highlight at all for Brandon. I'm pretty sure he says, "Are you," like 18 times in the bridge or some shit like that. Such a fun song to listen to. That bass line is just dope. That bass line makes the whole song in my opinion. Also the falsetto is just, I don't know. I love this track so much. You can tell I really love this record. It's one of my favorite pieces of like music of all time, really. The only band that really comes close or might even be better than Incubus is Pearl Jam to me. And then next up we got track number 12. This is the heaviest track on the album. I've made up my mind. That is Under My Umbrella. I love this song so much. It's so cool. You really hear Brandon pushing his vocal range to the max in the chorus. I believe they have to play it in a different key or sing it differently live, especially these days. It's just a really high song in that chorus, but yeah, it's interesting. I also found a live video where they did a cover of Under My Umbrella, or is it just Umbrella, by Rihanna, and then they transitioned that into this song. I always thought that was pretty cool. Dope song. I love the DJ noises going on during the verses. I don't know if it's the DJ or the guitar actually, but it's like a ding ding. It sounds really like ethereal, like out of space. Kind of sounds like a song that would be on Make Yourself in my opinion. They could have probably replaced Out From Under with Under My Umbrella, to be honest. Now we're moving on to the last track of the album, which is number 13, Aqueous Transmission. I think Aqueous. This song is really nice. The mandolin has been brought back from Echo, and it's just this mandolin riff the entire song. To play it on guitar is kind of weird, but it's definitely a mandolin song. It's just like... It sounds really oriental, but it's like really chilled out. It would put you right to sleep, to be honest, if you were tired and listened to it. I never really liked it that much because it's just like a monotonous kind of riff, but the more you listen to it, it's more just, you know, it's there to really conclude the album. That's its purpose. I couldn't imagine just sitting there and listening to this song by itself, really, unless it was under a certain situation. But listening to this record all the way through, Aqueous Transmission definitely deserves its place at the end of the album. It just rounds everything off. It matches the vibe of the record so much. There's also like 2 minutes of like frog noises at the end, which I always thought was funny. I remember the first time listening to it and being like, what the fuck is happening? So that is Morning View by Incubus. A truly perfect album in my opinion. Not many complaints I have for any of the tracks on here. Alright, to get to the track ranking, which is going to show up here, this is going to be quite difficult. But at last place, at number 13, I'm going to have to put Warning. Like I said, my least favorite track on the album. It's not bad, it's just not amazing, like stand out like all the other songs on here are. And then after that, at number 12, I'm going to have to put Have You Ever. Great song as well, it's just really forgettable. Then at number 11, I'm going to put Circles. It's difficult putting that song that low, but like, there's just so many great tracks on this album, I can't really put it any higher. Then we're gonna go Wish You Were Here, and then I'll go Aqueous Transmission. I love this track a lot, but at the same time, it's almost like a filler track to me. It's just an amazing filler track, I guess. And then we're gonna go Just a Phase. We're gonna go Mexico, really chilled out song. And then Blood on the Ground. I hate putting that song that low. Every song is so good on here, it makes it so difficult. I'm stuck between putting Are You In or Under My Umbrella. I think Are You In might be better. I think I'm gonna go Under My Umbrella, then Are You In. Then for the top 3, I believe, I'm going to have to do 11 AM, Nice to Know You, and then Echo has to be my number 1. I just love this track too much to put it any lower. That is my track ranking for Morning View. It's really difficult figuring that out, to be honest. The most creative and entertaining album, really, of the 21st century, in my opinion. I will eventually do Fungus and enjoy Incubus. Maybe not for my next one. I might take a break from Incubus for a moment. Maybe I do want to do another movie video instead of sticking with music like over and over. Maybe I'll do Queens of Stone Age or something along those lines, and then I'll go back to the Pearl Jam continuity, maybe with like verses. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it just because I love talking about this album. It's one of my favorite hobbies, talking about Morning View. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one.